The idea of having a crush on your teacher isn't new. You kind of have to think it's obvious that with the age gap of teaching right out of college and high school age, most boys and girls would be hot for teacher. We sit behind our desk and fantasize about having lustful encounters against our lockers. The educators in anime offer us ample time to ogle as they occupy our screens. We now count down the top 10 sexiest teachers in anime. Ririko Kagome from Rosario to Vampire. Did you ever have a special sensei? A teacher who would stay late and help to give you that extra boost. Ririko Kagome is that kind of teacher. The concerned teacher works at Yokai Academy, a school sequestered behind a magical barrier that teaches the young succubus, witches, snow women, and vampires of the world. The school supplies a basic education in how to get along in a world of humans that don't know they actually exist. Ririko may look sexy in her skirt and stockings, but her tail is killer when she reverts to her true form, a lamia. The young men under her tutelage, and only young men, find she is a slave driver. She'll make you learn real good. As she swats your butt with a crop and steps on you in her tall leather boots, she shows her favorite equation as S+M. The boys in her less than gentle care quickly learn their lessons courtesy of her pumping the knowledge directly into their brain via her snake-like tail. The rise she gives her boys in grades doesn't always last, but at least we know she cares. Lilith Asami from Trinity Seven. The world surrounding Kasuga Arata lies in ruin as magical events known as breakdown phenomena are dissolving the world. The destruction hasn't enveloped the entire world, as the places that resist the events are top-secret magic schools. Arata's education is in more than just magic at the Royal Biblia Academy. He finds he has amazing potential and could be a powerful being known as a demon lord. He needs to win over the most powerful mages as the school known as the Trinity Seven if he's going to survive, and lucky him they are all girls. Lilith Asami, age 17, and a teacher at the top-secret magic school Royal Biblia Academy and member of the Trinity Seven as well as Arata's advisor. Lilith is a fiery red-headed teacher whose weapon is a magical rifle. She is one of the most powerful mages at the school and considered a prodigy. Lilith is a total knockout. She is totally self-conscious about her looks and absolutely adorable when she is teased. The mages gain their power by researching a theme based on the 7 deadly sins. The conservative bashful Lilith has dedicated her life to the research of lust. We don't have to tell you, having a hot 17-year-old teacher who researches naughty things feels like you've won the lottery. Mizuo from Onegai Teacher. Mizuo is the kind of teacher you think fell from above. It isn't that she's a perfect angel, she's an alien. She is Recognizance Officer with the Galaxy Federation, sent to Earth to study and observe humans. Kei Kusanagi sees her land and sees her walking around a lake, things that immediately blew her cover. Mizuo is introduced as his new homeroom teacher. He falls in love with the mysterious teacher and she eventually falls in love with him. The relationship is eventually found out, and in order to avoid a real scandal since he is already 18 they get married. The rest of the story is loaded with teacher-student encounters that make for romantic comedy gold. The sensei from the stars is the youngest observer in the Galaxy Federation. Mizuo is a half-alien and half-human intrigued with the planet Earth. We know from this that she is smart. She also seems to hold her students, including her husband, to high standards. Mizuo takes her job as a teacher seriously, even if it is just a cover, as she covertly observes the people of Earth. Shizuka Marikawa from Highschool of the Dead. Marikawa-sensei is doing the best she can to take care of her students in a classic zombie apocalypse scenario. She is a 27-year-old school nurse who gives you the impression she's just another ditzy blonde with a big bust. Marikawa, along with her party of 6 students and a dog, fight their way across the city in search of refuge. Marikawa's skills as a nurse were important to her group right from the outset, helping them treat wounds revived from the constant melee fighting. She may have that ditzy air about her, but that almost naivete to the horrors of the world gives the students a reminder that the world is more than killing. In many ways, she is all too human for the cold world where she's forced to live. Marikawa often sets an example for her students by reminding them that there are rules to society, as a teacher should. She also gives the male members something to appreciate due to her lack of modesty. Tearju Lunatique from To Love Ru. Tearju is very kind to her students and those around her. She has led an interesting life before becoming a teacher at Seinen High School. Tearju worked as a bioengineer or mad scientist developing all sorts of things, including a couple of assassins. Despite the period in her life when she created weapons of mass destruction, she is a very kind and sensitive woman. Tearju is, however, clumsy and socially awkward. She just doesn't know how to handle some situations like dealing with Yami, one of the assassins she created using her own cells, making her like a daughter. Tearju is a good teacher as she is knowledgeable and caring. She isn't bad to look at, either, not that it really matters considering there is only one male character other than Rito we get to know. We put her on this list because of her kindness and wiliness to own up to her mistakes. She knows she's done some very naughty things and probably sees the naughty things Rito does to her as karmic. Akane Minagawa from Kuzu no Honkai. The world is filled with all kinds of people and not all of them have a moral compass. We first meet Akane as the beautiful music teacher tutoring Mugi. She recognizes that her high school student fantasizes about her and is only in a relationship with a girl his own age in order to satiate his desire for her. She eventually gives the young stud a chance and takes him to bed. He doesn't care that she is a loose woman and obsesses over her most of the series. Akane Minagawa is a music teacher who on the outside seems docile and airheaded but is far more calculated and manipulative underneath the innocent veneer. She is popular with men because of her looks, which is great for her because she likes men a lot. She often dates them for a short time then sleeps with them shortly before kicking them to the curb. Akane isn't heartless and when a fellow teacher consistently shows how much he cares for her she decides to marry him. She warns him that she will cheat on him and he deserves better but he decides to marry her regardless. Irina Jalavi from Ansatsu Kyushitsu. You're a hitwoman hired to kill an alien target who is currently teaching students at a prep school while he waits for one of his students to kill him. Yep, that's a lot to unpack. Yet it's Irina's role in Assassination Classroom. She is eventually given the role of a foreign language instructor. The sensei really knows how to use her sex appeal. Her ability to seduce and then kill men makes her an excellent killer and makes her a rather unique teacher. She is one of those teachers who bring real-world experience into a classroom. Irina speaks 10 languages and has worked all over the world as a contractor. She does have a rather haughty attitude, earning her the nickname of Bitch Sensei. Irina teaches her students to seduce people from other countries as a way of teaching foreign languages. She also has a habit of kissing male students who get questions wrong. We can't say we endorse this behavior by a teacher, but we won't say we're not jealous. Tsukimi Rito from Absolute Duo. Rito is Tsukimi as the homeroom teacher for the main characters Toru and Julie at Koryu Academy. She is sometimes referred to as Bunny Sensei due to her constantly wearing bunny ears and a maid outfit. Rito is a very powerful blaze, the name given to gifted people that can manifest their soul into weapons, so she has a lot she can teach the students. The only problem anyone might have with Rito as a teacher is she has some mood swings. The students refer to her as either White Bunny Sensei or Black Bunny Sensei, depending on which of her personalities she's showing. You can imagine that White Bunny Sensei is as harmless and adorable as a fluffy bunny, while Black Bunny Sensei makes you want to run away like you've come across a rabbit while looking for the Holy Grail. The foul-mouthed, psychotic and sadistic side of her is very dangerous and leads to her tough love in training her students, resulting in near-fatal consequences on a regular basis. Shizuka Hiratsuka from Yahari or no Seishun love comedy wa. Shizuka Hiratsuka is a teacher in the Chiba ward of Tokyo. She may not be the main character of the story but her influence is felt everywhere in her students' lives. The tall, lab coat-wearing teacher has made a habit of giving her students a bit of a nudge when needed to help them grow. She has taken a particular interest in the students in the service club, a club she created as a way to prevent students from repeating what she considers to be the mistakes of her youth. She seems to self-identify with the loner protagonist, Hajime, making their relationship very unique among the other students under her care. We love her despite some of her quirks like smoking. We also agree with Hajime that she doesn't value herself enough. We see proof as she chooses to date men who don't value her. She is also concerned about not being married at her age or even having the prospect. Shizuka seems to think that she must have chosen the wrong path in her youth that has led her to a lonely life. We think that she is a catch. She seems to love shonen manga and beer and those are sexy traits. Seiki Sato from Demi-chan wa Kataratai. The shy, Disheveled, tracksuit-wearing math teacher Seiki Sato is probably one of the most honest and sincere characters you'll find. She, despite the tracksuit, is amazingly sexy, but that could just be the pheromones talking. Seiki is also a succubus. The world she lives in is kind to demi-humans. Most of the population treats them like they are just like us but have different skills. The relative kindness of society aside, she's very aware of her nature and avoids contact with people, knowing that just her touch can drive people amorously wild. We think she's sexy because of the way she smiles, blushes, and panics. The crush she forms on Tetsuo, one of the other teachers, is downright adorable. The teachers listed above, for the most part, are all kind and concerned for the well-being of their students. Senseis stand tall in front of our class and help us see the solutions to life's problems, whether they be in social studies or just plain social. The common thread that connects them is they are all really good at what they do. We guess where anime is concerned, smart is sexy.